One day while practicing songs, Satsangh with Baba, when I started bhajan, he said, "No, you can do better than that now." With the introduction to the bhajan itself, the sense so you sit down and you really hold all the words and then correct. Beautiful day with bhajan.
सरस सुपावन शक्ति है, तेजो मैया हे आनंद स्वरूपिणी मम हृदय कर उजियार। जय मां, जय मां, आराधन तेरा निश दिन धोया घर अंतर शक्ति जगे गाओ तब शुभ नाम। जय जय पतित पावनी मात है, बालक शरण तिहार, मंगल में वरदान दे। ये बिनती बारंबार। जय मां, जय जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी मां। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी मां। क्या मन नाम सुहाया है, क्या मन नाम सुहाया है, पारो सब कुछ मां चरणों पर मेरे मन को भाया है। दिखे जय जय जग जननी मां। जय मां, जय मां, जय मां, जय मां, जय जय मां, जय मां, जय मां, जय मां। श्री कृष्ण तुही दुर्गा काली, श्री राधा तू जय मां। Shri Ram Tuhi Shri Krishna Tuhi Durga Kali Shri Radha Tu Brahma Vishnu Shiv Shankar Brahma Vishnu Shiv Shankar Tera hi तेज समाया है तेरा ही तेज समाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी मां जय 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 जय
So at this time, sit around to each and every one. Before we continue with bhajan, we want to ask everyone to sit upright, clasp hands, as we join in Vandana, short Vandana, as we begin tonight's satsang. On the request of Ding and his family, we do bhajans tonight. So
you can mix it. Daddy don't like anything.
No, I don't know, she used to mix it.
No, mix it.
Right. So with that in mind, tonight I'm very fortunate that on my right on keyboards I have Pundit Maraj, very, very well known. He's from Avakat. Panditji, always grateful that you're able to accompany and help me whenever you can. I'm always thankful for that. On the sound system we have Dinesh Hariprasad. If you go onto Facebook and you check Pretty Boy Songs, he's there. Right? Charlie well, no stranger, Leena Sangeet, right? Ranjanji, and we have Ding Swami, right? We have Swami Ding there. When he called me the CD, he don't give me a katha, you know. We always have a girl shape up somewhere along the line. So tonight we're very grateful. We want to ask everyone to join in Bandana. Clasp hands, close eyes, bow. Today, as we remember the Father of the home, who has led this mortal world, we pray that Bhagavan, wherever you are, wherever that soul may be, bless him, guide him, protect him. Allow him to merge from Atma to Paramatma, that point of non-return, Prabhu. This much we can ask of you, Lord. Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Vighan Vidaran Viran Varan Vadan Vikas Vardeva Bado Vishal Vani Buddhi Vilas Yogana Charan Jobat Jagat Japat Ren Din Mohi Jai Maya Saraswati Sumati Yukta Ukta Deho Mohi Lok Bhiram Ran Rang Dhiram Rajiv Netram Raghuvansanat Karunyarupam Karunakaram Tvam Sri Ramchandram Sharanam Prapate Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwar Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Mukkam Karotu Vachalam Pangum Gati Giri Yatripatamaham Vande Paramanand Madhavam Namo Namo Nirudhaya Hrishikesh Triyatmane Namah Paramhamsaya Purnaya Nivrit
निवृत्तात्मने पूर्णाय निवृत्तात्मने पूर्णाय निवृत्तात्मने। ओम शांति शांति शांति। एक बार को सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की
जय।
श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की उमापति महादेव की जय। जय जय सीताराम। सीताराम है। The poet sings in this beautiful bhajan. He says the garland has broken, more the pearls have been scattered. After sharing each other's company for a few days, now one has passed on. No one knows where they have gone to. तू गई है माला, तू गई है माला, मोती बिखर चले दो दिन रह कर साथ जाने किधर चले। तू गई है माला, मोती बिखर चले दो रहकर साथ जाने किधर चले। तू गई है माला, है माला, है माला। जैसे दिल पे बीती बरस और किसी पे न बीते, और किसी पे न बीते, कोई मत पूछो किस कदर चले तो रहकर साथ जाने किधर चले, है माया है माया है माया।
So tonight, we join in a few lines of Ram Katha. Very, very short, 1 or 2 lines. And we join in some beautiful bhajans also. So firstly, I ask that you join with me as we glorify Prabhu Shri Ram. Bhagavan Sri Krishna through these beautiful little chants before we go into 1 or 2 lines out of Ram Katha.
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि राधा रमन हरि राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो, राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम श्याम श्याम, बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम।
बोलो श्याम बलराम चंद्र भगवान की जय। They will live streaming through the whole Satsangh night.
Any mistake? They will see it. So it's live. No secret.
You train it on me now, right?
No.
Is there any mistake you will see? Whenever someone passes, we gather, whatever we do by way of, whether katha, kirtan, whatever it may be. It is not only done to benefit the soul that is passed on, but to help the family as well understand that this is just part of life. You come into this world and you have to leave. How, when, where, we never really sure. We make appointments for so much different things in this life that nobody knows when that appointment for death is going to come, how it's going to come. The only thing we need to do is be prepared. You know, Charlie, I remember this and I said it up to last night. He sent a beautiful sloka, it was a message on WhatsApp, of all these great scholars who were speaking about the greatness of Sanatana Dharma. And you know what is the one thing all of them had in common? They said that eventually when you look around, the entire world will turn to Sanatana Dharma. When you realize the power of Sanatana Dharma, what some people take for granted, others are holding on to, and people are realizing. When people run away from religion here, every other part of the world you see people running towards Sanatana Dharma and this Vedic practice and this Vedic teachings. Why? Because if you look anywhere, you go on YouTube, anywhere you go to, and you type and you search for the oldest existing religion in the world, you only have one answer you will come up with: Sanatana Dharma. One you will come up with. Every single thing that we do by way of rituals, rites and offerings in Sanatana Dharma has a purpose, right? It has a purpose, right? Whether it is by way of Antyeshti Samskar, right? Puja, any sort of rituals, rites, all of these, they all have a particular purpose. You know any other religion with 16 samskars? Anything else? Nothing. That has gone so in-depth into science, right? That it cannot be compared to anything else. This is how great Sanatana Dharma is. Whether it be by way of pinda that we're offering, tarpan, everything serves a purpose. Because we believe that when we leave this mortal body, the soul lives on. And the soul has to go again, right? Take another body and then come again to create karma. Whether it's papa or punya, whether it's good or bad merit, right? It has to come and do that in order to reach that point of non-return. And we will keep doing this again and again and again until we have reached that height of perfection, that we don't have to return to this mortal coil. So we are to be truly grateful that we have all this knowledge in Sanatana Dharma. And tonight, in a very short way, I just want to talk about, I don't want to talk about Shabri Katha, I don't want to talk about the lives of Shabri, but what I want to talk about is the 9 steps or the 9 stages of devotion that we should all try to follow sometimes when we understand the importance of Sanatana Dharma. Every time I read a different part of Ram Katha, some new understanding comes to me. For instance, a few years back I was reading a beautiful discourse between Himachal and Naina, mother and the father of Parvati Mata. And when she took birth, Narad Muni came, and he came to the home, and he looked at Parvati, beautiful as she was, the embodiment of Devi herself.
And when he looked at Parvati Mata, he started to narrate to them now the type of life she's going to live, the type of husband she's going to get. So just imagine, you bring a child into this world and somebody's going to give you this beautiful explanation of what kind of life your child is going to have. But Narad Muni, he's always been very straightforward, explanation, beautiful as could be. And then he starts to describe now that when she gets married, or when she's going to get married, she's going to marry Shiv Shankar Bhagwan, but he didn't put it like that. Narad Muni tells him, he says she's going to get married to someone who walks stark naked, who is completely detached from everything in this material world. So just imagine getting an explanation like that, looking at a beautiful little child, right? Knowing that this is what she's going to endure. Mother and father, you know what they asked? They asked Narad Muni, listen. It have anything we could do, Narad, to undo this union, to change this fate? Narad Muni says, whatever it is, fate has in store for you. No man, no God, no one can ever change that. What is for you is for you. No one can change and alter that. And it set me thinking now that I see so much people trying to change their fate and all of these different things. Right? For what purpose? They end up getting lost. And Ram Katha is so simple to understand. As Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram, he teaches us how to live in this family life. Every single day, the hardships, the difficulties, the stresses that we will face. In the same way, when he was separated from Sita Devi Mata, the pain of the separation that he felt. All of this has been explained completely in Ramayana to tell us that when we go through these things in our own lives, what we should expect. If Ram Katha isn't good enough for you, you have Bhagavad Gita. And I say it again and again. Aham Atma Buddha Kesha Sarva Bhuta Sestita Hamadischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antamevacha. Anantasyami Nadanam Varnuyat Samiham Pitrinam Arimasyami Yamahas Samtamiham. Lord Krishna said to Arjuna when he asked, what do you represent, Lord? On the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He says, I'm the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything that exists. I am the soul that is seated in the heart of every single human being. Whether you come to terms with it or not. Anantasyami Naganam Varnoyat Samiham Pitrinam Aryamashchami Yamahasam. He says, I represent the head of the serpent, Anand. When you look at Bhagavan Sri Krishna, you see that beautiful snake behind him. He says, listen, I'm called Aryama Pitri. I represent the head of the Pitris. Anytime someone dies, any offerings, anything that has to be done, it comes through me and it comes to me. This is how important he says it. Listen. In the same way, all these beautiful explanations have been given. In the same way, when Sri Ram and Shabri had met, Prabhu Sri Ram, giving these 9 types or these 9 stages of devotion to Shabri, telling all of us in a very simple and beautiful way what we should do, what we should practice, and how we should put it into practice. Listen. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Bhaya Sita Pataye Namah Kandamur Hal Suraswati Dhirantama स्वामी प्रेम सहित प्रभु खाए बारंबार बखाए श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम 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 कहिए चाहे विधि राखे राम काहे विधि हरे श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम पद राम चंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरिओ जय सिया राम Anshabri meeting Sri Ram after waiting so long for her Lord. She stood with her hands folded, with this frail body standing there, with so much love and devotion, tears streaming from her eyes, as finally her Lord Prabhu Sri Ram has come and is standing in front of her. She says, Lord, how can I glorify your name, Lord? How am I to chant your name? Listen. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Jai 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 Rama. No matter who or which form of God you take upon your mind, this is a universal truth that should be understood. Sri Ram says to Shabri that despite caste, kingship, lineage, reputation, wealth, power, connections, accomplishment, a man without faith is of no more account than a cloud without water. If you don't have that faith, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you have accomplished or what you have acquired, it makes no difference. If you don't have that faith and you don't have that belief in whichever God you may pray, you can never find true happiness. Never. Then Prabhu, he says, now Shabri. Now I want to tell you of these 9 stages or 9 types of devotion that exist. And I want you to listen to them carefully, lay them up in your mind. And anytime this can be done, any one of these 9 stages of devotion, all of us will surely head into a better place. Listen, beautiful Doha. Guru Pad Pankaj Sevati Sari Bhati Ama Chaudhi Bhagati Mam Kun Gan Karhi Kapat Tajigan Sitaram 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 Kahi Jahi Bhi Rama Kahi Bhi Sitaram Sitaram Jahi Bhi Rama Kahi Bhi Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram. Bolo Syapati Ramchandra ki jai. He says, listen. The first in order is fellowship with saints and sages, those who are holy and those who are pure, and those who are saintly. The second is every time you hear discourse, sometimes you go places and you might narrate Katha and somebody will come up and tell you, Baba, that again. Just like Bhagavad Gita. You can read Bhagavad Gita one time, but you will never get the true essence or the true knowledge that you're supposed to acquire if you only read it one time. But keep reading it again and again and again and see what happens. It's like any mantra or slope that we use. Everybody now, everywhere you turn, everybody knows all of these different mantras. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha Bhod Bhos Swatat Savitur Varejo. Everybody wants to chant Gayatri mantra, right? Because somebody and everybody tell them it's the most powerful mantra. But Gayatri mantra is Brahm Gayatri. It has been given that name and that title for a particular purpose. Devi Puran, in one part of Devi Puran, it tells us that Gayatri Mantra is not for women to be chanted. You go around telling people, and you say, Baba, you're crazy, right? You go tell me not to chant. People tell me it's the most powerful mantra, so everybody wants to chant it one time. Yeah? Gayatri Mantra is not to be chanted, you should be hearing Gayatri Mantra. You don't chant like Om Bhut Bhasva, that's the way to chant Gayatri. But yet still, people do it. Is that? People do it because they think and they believe that it's the most powerful mantra to chant. Yet still they don't know the power that it holds. Because if you use it the wrong way, you don't get benefits out of it. Any mantra that you know that you chant with Trayambakam, beautiful mantra to use, Om Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushti Bhardhanam Mulbhavati Bandhanam Mukshema. Any kind of problems and difficulties you might have. Mahamrityunjaya. Any kind of problems you might have. Mahamrityunjaya. Use that. And when mantra starts to build siddhi or power is when you continue to chant it over and over and over again. That is when it becomes powerful. In the same way, if you read Bhagavad Gita one time, you don't really get the essence of it. You don't get the true knowledge of it. It has to be done again and again. Same thing with Ram Katha. You might hear it again and again and again. But every time you hear it, you're sure to learn something new. Satsang like this is not for the purpose of Baba sitting down and chanting and everybody just listening, you know. Satsang means is that when I sit down and I start to chant and sing bhajan, you're supposed to be singing as well. That way you get some of the blessings of what is happening here. You sit down and you listen and saying you're getting blessings, but if you want to get more, join. Become part of satsang. That is what makes a difference. You sit down and you, with your mouth zip, you have nothing to get out of that, right? You have nothing to gain out of that. But if you sit down and while the bhajans and the sloks are being sung, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and you can sing along. That is where you start to build that energy, that positive energy. Bolo Siyal Vana Ram Chandra Ki Jai. Glories for the discourses that relates to me is the second part of what Sri Ram, this knowledge that Sri Ram gives to Shabda. All the discourses that relates to my greatness, listen to it. Listen to it attentively and listen to it and understand it properly. Listen to what he says again. The third is selfless service to the lotus-like feet of the Buddha. But we don't want to go into that into too much detail because it have all kind of things going on with that right now. Right? It have all kind of things going on with that right now. Everybody, when you look around and you see what's happening in the world, I've always advocated this, and a lot of people, they are against me for this. But when you see something and you read something, you should say that something without trying to tilt it and change it. People try to change discourses and kathas sometimes. They try to omit lines, they misunderstand lines sometimes. They misunderstand what they read sometimes. And they go and explain to the entire congregation and talk rubbish. Many times you hear it. I remember reading Shiv Puran, child, and the beginning of Shiv Puran, right? It's a beautiful discourse where Lord Shiva was narrating the greatness, or Vyas Muni was narrating the greatness of the Shiv Mahapuran. And one of the kathas that they were speaking of is when you get somebody who takes the position and holds, and this is the holy position of a Brahman, and takes up puja and prayer and vrat and sacrifice. They say, you know what happens? That brings sickness to our village. That brings sickness and misfortune to our village. Untimely death and all these things happening. You come like you're taking a man who getting up every morning and he picking up the rubbish and he carrying it for you. Right? And you take him and you put him in a nice white coat and you put him in a doctor's office. And you go for a checkup. What do you think you'll get? Not rubbish? Wrong people taking up the wrong roads. in society now. And when you put on television, sometimes misguiding so much people. Just imagine I put on Sankhya TV and then I hear one Pundit, I can't even remember his name, God, Jai Shri Ram, telling people about why you should offer pindas when someone died. I don't know which book he reading from. I don't know which scripture he reading from. Right? But again, misguiding people. Right? Parents make so much sacrifice for us to bring us into this world, to bring, to give us all the different comforts that we have. Right? All the knowledge, all the teachings. When a child is sick and a parent has to look at a child who is sick, right? And he or she knows that he has reached to the point where he doesn't know what to do next. Only a parent will understand that pain and that suffering that he or she is going through. Nobody else. But when our parents pass away, to do something as simple as keep a vrat or a fast for an entire year, to say that you're going to offer pinda religiously and do it the right way, we can't do that. We can't do that. After all the sacrifices they make, we cannot do that. Why? I remember a parent saying to a child one day, he said, son, when I die, don't do no rights away. Don't go through that. I know you're working and thing, and you're busy and your schedule well tied up and things. So you don't have to go and go through all that. To offer pinda and then Ramayana and all kind of thing. Don't go and do all that. Do everything simple. But I look at it from a different perspective. Why it is am I going to allow my child to be so unfortunate, right, to take away that opportunity for him to perform pindadan and tarpan, right, for his ancestors? When I die and I close these mortal eyes, right, or these physical eyes, sorry, I want my child to do as much as he could do, because at the end of the day, that blessing is not only for me, that blessing is for him. The blessing that you get from performing all of these rites and rituals are endless. Listen. Sri Ramchandra Bhagwan, he continues. He says in this beautiful chaupari, listen. मंत्र जाप दृढ़ विश्वासा पंचम भजन वेद प्रकाश चांदाम बिरत बहु कर्मा निरत निरंतर सजग धर्मा सजग धर्मा कर दू जब घर जाए सांझ बदन चुरा. Can you do it? Sing along. Chup What's the next line? मेरे ख्यालों. The same way you could sing that, I hope you could sing Jai Shri Ram. दीप जलाए श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय The fourth consists of hymning of my glories with a guileless heart, chanting the name of Prabhu Sri Ram again and again, without stopping. पंख बिना हस्ती तक बिना नारी पुरुष बिना पंछी पंख बिना हस्ती तक बिना नारी पुरुष बिना जैसे पुत्र पिता नहीं ना जैसे पुत्र पिता नहीं ना जैसे पुत्र पिता भी नहीं ना ऐसे पुरुष हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे मेरे मना तेरे उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे नीर बिना नीर बिना हे रुचि बिना नीर बिना हे रुचि बिना धरती में बिना जैसे परवर पल भी नहीं ना जैसे परवर पल भी ना जैसे परवर पल भी नहीं ना ऐसे पुरुष हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे मेरे मना तेरे जीते उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे मेरे मना तेरे जीते उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे काम क्रोध मद लोभ निवारो शोध करो तो संत जनु ताहे नर तू सुन भगवंता इस जग में नहीं गुना सुमिरन करे मेरे मना उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे मेरे मना तेरे उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन करे सुमिरन करे The bhajan says, focus your mind on God, devotee. Oh man, life is getting shorter every single minute. Whatever little time you have, take that time and chant the name of Bhagavan again and again. Bolo Syaman Ramachandra ki Jai. Beautiful chant once again. जय कुंज बिहार जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी 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 जय कोटि जय कोटि जय कोटि जय गिरवरधारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर यमुनाती वंशारी यमुना तीर भरचारी जय गिरवरधारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी ब्रज यशोदा ब्रज जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यमुना तीर बनचारी यमुना तीर बनचारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय नाथ माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे राम 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare
चलिए गया था सो
सावरिया मीठी मीठी बाजे मधुर तेरो बांसुरिया ओ प्यारो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है बिरुपा के बिहारी देखो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ मेरो कुंज बिहारी सावरिया नीति नीति बाजे मधुर तेरो बांसुरिया करो आगे पिता बंधुआ जहाँ मेरो बाके बिहार देखो आगे पिता बंधुआ जहाँ मेरो कुंज बिहार सावरिया तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले, तेरे जीवन की सारी खोले, तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले, तेरे जीवन की सारे खोले। इसमें छिपा है गीता का प्यार, इसमें छिपा है गीता का प्यार, इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का नाम, इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का नाम। सावरिया नाचे पद मद मोरा नरवा के पिता पलवा, नरवा के बिहार के पिता के पिता This time, Rosh?
Rosh. Rosh, você tem uma cena, não?
Yeah.
Can I start a charge?
to reach on stage.
Yeah, start a charge, but that's it. Abhigana, come. Yeah, come, it's yeah. Watch your little way.
You play after.
Come on. Come now, late come.
So जानकी वल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम्
live by. Yeah, live by. Hey.
Beautiful Krishna Bhajan by Roshni. So long I've known this child. God bless. The voice gets more and more beautiful every time. I want to say I'm teaching you about the life. अब तक चुन पाया जो चढ़ाने तुझ पर मैं तेरा द्वार अटूट सखा साई भटक रहा दर दर अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ा अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ा मैं तेरा भटकरा अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ाने हैं तुझ पर तुझको अर्पण करूं सखा तू मुझको देख रहा कब से मैं तेरा दर्शन कर सखा हर चलता रहता संग्राम मन मैं तेरा पार ना भूल सका साल भटक रहा वो अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ावे हैं तुझ वो अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ावे हैं तुझ पर क्या दुख क्या सुख सब तेरी मैं भूल जाऊं इन बातों में दिल खोया चांदी सोने में सोया मैं बेसुध रातों में तब ध्यान किया मैंने तेरा जग से मैं तेरा द्वार न भूल सका जग तेरा मैं धूप छाँव के बीच कहीं माटी को तन को लिए गिरा उस जगह मुझे आपको मैं भूले से जिस जगह गिरा अब भूले दिखेगा मुझको सदियों मैं तेरा वादा हूँ सदा मैं तेरा वादा हूँ सदा साई भटक रहा अब तक ओ अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ाने अब तक छुपा जो चढ़ाने कुछ चढ़ाने कुछ
Bob, my cousin will say a few words now on behalf of my daughter. Come on, guys. Go right in there. Go right in there. Stay right in. Stay right in. They will see her.
Sit down, everyone. I'm glad I came a bit late, I'm sorry about that, but I had to be here, and when I hear the lovely voice of
Pundit Anirudh.
Pundit and Pundit Maraj, yes, Pundit, wonderful. My uncle is very blessed to have him here to sing these lovely bhajans in his honor. So, I want to say that just a week ago, a few days ago, I was thinking about Uncle Wilson, right? Uncle Wilson is unique, he is a household name in the whole family, because one of the things which I've always admired about Uncle Wilson is that not only he loved his family so much, but he cared and had an interest in everybody in the family, all the brothers and sisters and the children. And my father's birthday was on the 18th of November. Right, so I was thinking about it, and thinking about my son and all the uncles who passed away. And I began to think about Uncle Wilson and all the times we had together, because he was one person who could never say no. He was always there for everybody. If somebody can't bring up to live or something, he always put himself out to help others. And that was a remarkable quality. No matter where you are, whatever you will talk about that. He would always, I remember every carnival Monday, he would come and take a walk in front and come and look for me. Every single Monday, he would come and look for me, take a walk. Christmas time, he must come, and he would always call me and check me out, right? He'd drive up and we'd go and drive and land together. So apart from being like an uncle and father figure, was also to some extent a life partner as well. He would be there, and it was really a wonderful thing to know someone as wonderful as Uncle Winston, because he lived about 83 years, I think it was? 83, right? Which is a unique thing I feel in these days, these times now. But he's a great soul, a wonderful person, and I miss him tremendously. I think back all the times, the old days, and the stories would tell me of how life was way back then. and then now, and he had a sense of humor as well. Some might have liked, some might not like, but it was his unique trait. Very characteristic of him. But Uncle was a good person, a great soul, and I really miss him tremendously. I'm very happy and proud to know that I had an uncle as great as Uncle Winston. And by the way, as I said, that his birthday was like 24th. Ronnie was the 19th of November. So Papi was on the 18th, on the 19th, and Uncle Winston was on the 24th. So we have that's a good reason. So I would just say, Dr. Uncle Winston, and I will ask Maraj to say a few words as well. Okay.
Hey, Professor Maraj.
Doctor?
Good evening, everyone. Uncle Winston, when I hear his name, it always brings a smile to my face. Because he was, that person with a sense of humor, as Larry said, and I've never ever seen him angry or mad with anyone. He was, a calm individual and always willing to help, go out of his way to help any one of us. And we have very fond memories of him growing up, all of us, Nari, myself, Sita, from very early, we spent a lot of time in Auntie Dudu and the rest of our uncles and aunts going to a lot of cinema. That was our childhood. Rivers, beach. We all knew all the rivers, drunk Winston, because everybody, he liked a good cook, a good lime. And that forged a very strong bond with all of us. So we have a good foundation, something, that was their legacy. And I think, long ago, I'm not sure now to what extent it happens because everybody is so busy with their lives, but they always spend a lot of time to just talk, conversation, face to face, not necessarily technology at that time, but, and that was it, very grounded, and he was always willing to give advice. So I also, one of the things I learned from him is just to live your life, enjoy your life. He lived life really fully, and he always liked a life. He used to wake up all after 1, he never wanted to go home when we had to get together. And I remember he was also so multi-talented. He was an electrician, but he could do plumbing. And anything he wanted, you would come and ask him, and he was willing to help. He was also proud of the fact that I remember he said in the back of his license, you could tick off every category because he could drive a motorcycle. He had a T license, yes. So, yes, and he was the unofficial driving instructor for all of us, willing to give us the driving lessons and so on. So I always, will remember Uncle Winston after this day, live life, enjoy life. That's what I learned from him.
What can I say? My father-in-law, my loving father-in-law, my best father-in-law ever. He was 1 in a million. He was he was not just my father-in-law. I never called him daddy or papi. I called him Smith. He was my friend. He was my lineman partner. He would take me out. We would go out. He'd say, "Come, let's go for a drive." He'll carry me. He taught me how to drive. All on the back road, every back road, taught me how to drive. And I had a lesson. He would say, "Come, you'll take a beer." I say, "Yeah, come now." He'll stop by a bar, he'll come out, he'll buy 2 beers, he'll open it, say, cheers with me. I say, "Okay, Smith." And we had an open relationship. Smith, I could tell him anything. He was really 1 in a million. I couldn't ask for a better father-in-law than my father-in-law. And I love him, and I miss him dearly because he would come home by me, he would sit and watch television with me. We would drink together. He'd say, "You have any Baileys there?" I say, "Yes, but I have Baileys for you." We'll take out every Christmas, come, I will bring him over. We'll put up the tree together, we'll bake, we'll drink, we'll have a good time. And I really miss him last year and this year again. He's not around with us to put up that tree. And I will always miss him. Smith, I love you wherever you are. I love you dearly, and I miss you a lot.
Any siblings want to say anything? Anybody want to say something quick?
Actually,
Anybody want to say something?
actually,
Come. Sure. Yes. Ronnie, want to say something? It's a free one. It's a free one. Just say something. Just say something quick. Let's talk something. Say something quick.
Aja was a lovely person, and I could have always talked to Aja. He was always nice, one of a kind, and I would normally when he stays with Akshay and we all hung out, we watch movies, and Aja was a caring person who always was there for me. And he'd always sometimes take my book and pick me up at work, and he was one of the best and one of a kind grandfather. He was never mad at no one, unless the dogs were on the bed, he would get mad. The dogs were on the bed. But Aja is amazing, and we all pray for Aja, and he's good and a safe place.
I will say something with the mic, right? I don't like to talk on mic. Talk real good. So we go once upon a time, we used to live behind the Bombay store. Everybody, then in 1972, we came here to live Nana help me to buy Pisalan, I wing pala. Right? We bought Pisalan here. I don't ever remember, we used to live in this little one room here. Right? Then it extend, this is the house underneath. But my father always said, be simple, be a sample of that and live it as an example. I never see my father in a bath. I never saw my father getting, no, growing up. I never see my father argue with me up to today. So I get licks coming in 1 o'clock in the morning. But my father was a father who was loving to his 4 siblings. And we had a sister who died in 1979 on his stepdad. But the thing is that Daddy was a love for everybody, and by extension my mother. Because without my mother, my father couldn't be what he was. Because in 1979, with the loving neighbors like Camina and everybody around here, right? It's these neighbors we live with. And it was always a love. That's why I wanted Roshni to come tonight here and sing, because it's a memory, right? And Daddy worked real hard. Daddy, at the age of 14 years old, these I want people to know, he started to do electrical with Larry Bruce, and he was the only Indian. And in 1971, we moved to San Fernando for 3 years. As little Try Garrel said, working on for Methodist School on San Fernando Street. Right? He sacrificed his whole life for his family. In 1980 something, and Shota used to sleep before I married on a twin bed. That's all we had inside our house. We had a big house because it was a sacrifice. In 1972, the thief we car when the man buy a car, chain it to the little house we had, to work taxi, somebody come and cut the chain and thief the car, and we had a mortgage on it. So Daddy and Mommy lived their life, and then he brought up 4 good children, right? I mean, we didn't have everything in life to say like 20 people might have, but you know what we had? We never let down with mother and father, right? We never make yourself shame anyway for my mother and my father, right? And Chota and I grew up together, right? And was with Daddy. And Shamini was there. Sure, she might have a little thing, but we could have lived with that. But you see, my mother died at 54 years old, right? At 54. But she was the pillar for my father. She said, we build this house, Daddy said, we build it. And everything she used to banshee belly right, and sacrifice without anything to make sure she shouldn't have. And that's the truth. That was my mother and my father. I never, you see your father and you're afraid of your father. My father was my friend. If I want to carry a girl in 1982, I used to go by the car and say to my $20 to go convoy. Right? And if my mother beat me, she beat me for tomorrow one time. I should not get it for tomorrow one time with my holiday. But what? In the end, in the end we realized today that, you know what, if it had some more licks, right, with other children, right, you would have come out straight, because my mother was real straight. Even for her, used to say, I freak auntie. In the end, we got to realize what she message was. And my father lived to 83, right, and he lived, my father lived to 83, and he didn't suffer. And you see this little boy, when he was becoming a doctor, right? He passed to become a doctor. My mother died, and Tati and John next door used to cook the food every day and put it on the wall film while my father go up to the States and all that. So he did medicine, and my father was the pillar with him, stand up with him. The day Daddy died, right, he set up a room in the States for my father to come home that morning. He called in the ambulance and saying, look, my father are waiting for him. This time the man done take the bucket already. And he done set up bed and everything for my father. But that man's name will live on. Life is only a memory, you know. Like if I die, everybody go back to me, right? But you don't know. But let's not put up now. But you know what? But you know what? My father name will live on because there's nobody could say nothing about my father. My father never embarrassed. According to Narya, my father never embarrassed nobody. You never seen quarrel. Maybe if you want to quarrel, you might go inside and quarrel with yourself. But you never see daddy quarrel, right? And you want to come on? When my father sold us, it was in peace, and this is our love, right? You know, I mean, it's not a religious standpoint, but you can share your expression and your opinion. And this is what I wanted to say about my father. Where his soul is, it rests in peace. And coming and live out like everybody who grew up with, and everybody around here, it was about love. Because my father, this was his family around here. God has told it to, right? So, let's go ahead somewhere.
Thank you everyone who had so much wonderful words of expression. On behalf of the Father who has left his mortal body. Our final brother, and then we will move to the next. Jokanan sabihin sa inyo si Tuhan. Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
Shri Krishna Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जब चार तरफ अंधियारा, जब चार तरफ अंधियारा, आशा का धूप किनारा,
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का धूप किनारा हो,
कोई ना बलिहारा हो, और कोई बलिहारा हो, फिर तो ही मेरा आसरा। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे,
जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
चाहे तो सब कुछ कर, विश्व भी अमृत कर दे।
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे।
पूर्ण करुणे सबकी आशा,
पूर्ण करे सबकी आशा।
जो भी तेरा भजने, जो भी तेरा भजने। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे,
जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
तेरे दर्शन की मैं हंसना, तेरे नाम की माला जपत रहे। तेरे दर्शन की मैं हंसना, तेरे नाम की माला जपत रहे। भव सागर से मेरी दुनिया, भव सागर से मेरी दुनिया, कैसा मैं भव पाकर, कैसा मैं भव पाकर। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे,
जय
come out.
ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर मिला परमानंद का अनुभव है तू
एक बार बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. My dear devotees, as we have come to the end of tonight's satsang, we ask everyone once again to sit upright. As we clasp hands, we close our eyes and bow our heads as we offer prayer. First to the departed soul of the Father of this home who is left. शंख चक्र कराधर अक्षय पुंडरीका प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विज्ञानं द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवा. ओम शांति शांति शांति. गुरु श्यामल रामचंद्र की, कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय 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 श्री राम. Thank you so much to each and everyone for joining with us this evening. Shri Krishna's choice blessings to all of you. Jai Sri Ram.